girls, welcome back to my channel. So when you think of cooking a healthy dinner, you probably think of expensive ingredients, like hours in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. But I'm gonna show you 3 healthy microwave meals you can make that only take a couple of minutes, and you can make them each in about 1 dish, so there's basically no cleanup. I love finding ways to make unhealthy dinners healthier for you and easier to make. So I'm gonna share 3 of my favorite comfort meals that I made in the microwave in less than 10 minutes. I have an enchilada casserole, mac and cheese, and one of the best, most delicious meatloafs you've ever had. Because look, I know we all have those nights that you just want a cozy, gooey comfort meal, but they're usually not very healthy. So if you're trying to eat healthier and wanna enjoy some of your favorite foods guilt-free, I made this video for you. So sweat the thumbs up, that just means give it a little click. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week sharing my health and fitness journey to help you with yours, and weekly giveaways for my subscribers. So make sure you say hi in the comments below so we can all welcome you. This was actually a challenge for me. I spent an entire day perfecting these recipes because I had 2 things I had to work on. 1, I had to healthify pretty unhealthy dishes, and 2, I had to make sure they actually tasted good being cooked in the microwave. Meatloaf I wasn't sure about, but it ended up being one of my favorites. And obviously mac and cheese is a duh when it comes to comfort food. But I wanna know what your favorite comfort food recipes are. Drop it in the comments down below. And if you guys like this series, maybe I'll choose one of yours to make next time. All right, so let's get into the recipes. I'm gonna start with that enchilada casserole. We're gonna start with my 2-minute enchilada casserole. This is a single, I mean, maybe you can be generous and say it's a 2 serving, but I feel like this is a single serving dish. And you probably already have a lot of these ingredients lying around the house in your fridge or in your pantry. So I'm gonna give you 2 options. These are the tortillas I like to use, either a corn tortilla or a gluten-free, but I'm gonna go with the corn today because I feel like it gives it just a better texture. Then I'm also gonna be using just some Mexican 3-blend cheese, spinach, store-bought enchilada sauce, keep it simple, black beans I already had in my fridge, and canned chicken. That is it. It's all gonna go into here and it only takes 2 minutes. So I start with 1 tortilla and I take about a tablespoon or so, I'm just eyeballing it, of enchilada sauce. This is just store-bought organic red enchilada sauce. You can use whichever, if you want red, green, make it yourself, but just enough to coat it so it doesn't get too much sodium or anything else in there, not too saucy. Then I'll do a big handful of spinach, the entire thing of canned chicken so you get all that protein, and around 2 tablespoons of black beans, but really this is up to your preference and how beany you want it to be. Then I'll drizzle a little bit more of the sauce inside, a pinch or 2 of cheese, and again, coat that top tortilla in the same way. So you're getting like the sauciness without it being completely soggy and without it just being like too much that you don't need. Then I'll stick it in the microwave. I set it for 2 minutes and I let it go for about 1.5 minutes usually, so it all gets warmed evenly throughout the entire thing. I'll stop it at 30 seconds and put another little pinch of cheese on top because you can never have too much cheese. I mean, you can, but we just want just enough to get that flavor, that gooiness, and really have it be a nice comfort meal. And then after the 2 minutes, you pull it out. It is like piping hot perfection, like cut into the thing, seriously. It is so delicious and exactly what I need. All right, so that literally took 2 minutes in the microwave to make a healthy enchilada casserole. It's packed with protein. It has spinach, your fiber from those black beans, and yes, we're using cheese. It's fine to use cheese and have that comfort food feel, but it's about making it healthier, not going over the top. Because normally if you have an enchilada casserole, it is packed with cups of cheese that you just don't need. You still get the flavor and everything you want in this healthier version. All right, so we're getting to my healthy microwave mug mac and cheese. You guys, it's so freaking good. You've never tasted mac and cheese like this, but first, I wanna show you my 10-minute meatloaf. I know you hear meatloaf and you're like, it's meatloaf, but this is insane. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a meatloaf person. This is freaking delicious, and you can make it in the microwave in 10 minutes in just 1 little dish. So I'm gonna show you all the ingredients. It's really simple to make, and we're gonna start with a pound of ground beef. So let me start by saying there's nothing pretty about meatloaf. I mean, people put sauce on top. This does not need it. I know that makes it look prettier, but it's unnecessary. This is the most flavorful one you'll ever make. So a pound of the ground beef. I did 90-10. Then I did an egg, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, like spicy, seedy Dijon mustard, and then 2 tablespoons of unsweetened ketchup because we don't need the extra sugar. Like, why? It's completely unnecessary.
This thing is like perfection. I went overboard with the paprika, but usually about a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of oregano, and then I really just get in there with probably a quarter teaspoon of pepper and salt, but that's kind of just like eyeballing it. And then I'll put in my almond flour and start to mix it all together. So we're ditching the breadcrumbs, we're ditching the extra sugars, we're making this so flavorful. And you could actually just cook it in the bowl that you like made it in if you want, but I like to like take it out, form it. And you guys, I'm like, I can't tell you how insane this is. You need to make it. I know it's weird. Microwaving beef sounds so weird, but it's so good. So 10 minutes straight in the microwave, pull it out. If you are someone who wants to put a little barbecue sauce or marinara sauce on top to make it look prettier, like obviously serve it on a different plate, go for it. But like it doesn't need any sauce. It's so moist and flavorful. It is absolutely the best you'll ever have.
I truly wish you guys could smell this. It smells so freaking good. Like it's just so insane. I can't even describe it. And a normal meatloaf takes like 45 minutes to make if you're doing a pound in the oven. This took 10 minutes and it gets that caramelized everything. It is a healthier version because you know what they put in real meatloaf recipes? Sugar. A bunch of sugar, not only in the recipe itself, but a lot of times on the sauce, well, mostly in the sauces and also in the recipe. Added sugar that we don't need. This is clean, simple. You don't have any of the gluten from the breadcrumbs that are normally in it. There's no added sugars. It is such a healthy version of a yummy treat that will go perfectly with our mac and cheese, which is what I'm gonna show you guys next. When I was growing up, mac and cheese was one of my favorite like indulgent comfort foods. My mom used to make it from scratch and it was delicious, but it definitely was loaded with tons of excess calories. It's carbs and a bunch of dairy and creams and cheeses, right, that you don't need. This is gonna be a super clean, protein-packed version of mac and cheese you can make in a single mug, so it's perfect single serving, and it ditches any of the unnecessary starches, carbs, so for all of my gluten-free girls, you're gonna love this one too. Before I show you how to make the recipe, the star of this is actually gonna be these hearts of palm noodles. I've used them in a ton of recipes before. I love them because they're already cooked. I played around with probably 5 or 6 different variations trying to make a healthy mac and cheese in the microwave with pasta. And 1, you don't get the same nutrients, but 2, it just takes way too long. So this is only gonna take about 1 minute in the microwave and you're gonna have perfect mac and cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my hearts of palm pasta, about 3/4 of a cup of it, but I'm gonna just put it all into a strainer, rinse it really thoroughly, and then you wanna make sure you also dry it really well because it's a vegetable, it's already gonna have a lot of moisture. And we want to try to get some of that moisture out of it before we cook it. So really make sure that's all out. 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese right into my mug. You can blend this up first to make it like a little bit creamier. That's kind of like pro tip, but it also works if you're just being like lazy and quick doing it this way. And then I add the little bit of cheese in there, any cheese you want. I just used the same one from earlier, but like use a cheddar cheese or whatever flavor you're going for. Salt, a little garlic powder is kind of the secret ingredient. And then pack in some of your noodles and start mixing it so that you're like getting that cheese coated throughout. And then I like to put some on top as well. Again, really making sure you're getting enough in there. This is such a high protein dish and takes less than like 3.5 minutes total from start to finish to make the whole thing. So into the microwave for about a minute. Once I've done it for a minute, I take it out and stir it up and kind of just make sure the cheese is getting mixed in and melted. I know this is a different type of pasta, but you're going to love the flavor and you're not going to miss the other stuff because you know you're doing something better for your body and still getting like that gooey comfort that you're looking for. I know it's not just me. We need it sometimes. And then after another like 30 seconds or so, like it is perfect, ready to eat and so, so yummy. This is like the ultimate grown-up mac and cheese for like grown-ups that don't want to waste time making a bunch of dishes or actually cooking because it only takes like a minute. But it is packed with protein from that cottage cheese. You don't have any of the processed pastas that can like make your stomach upset or anything. So delicious and such a healthy version anytime you want like a quick comfort meal, but you wanna make it healthy. All right, girls, so that is it. All 3 of my delicious, healthified comfort meals made in the microwave for you. In the microwave. In less than 10 minutes each. They all can be cooked in one dish. There's really nothing that gets easier than this. If you are in a dorm room, if you're in an apartment, if you are just someone who's trying to eat healthier that doesn't want to waste time in the kitchen, you're gonna absolutely love these recipes. Sweat the thumbs up, give it a little click, and let me know, come back here after you try one of these, let me know how it was and what recipes you want to see next. Don't forget, good things come to those who sweat, so I'll see you guys next week. Love ya, bye.